From basic scares to weird edits and more, join me as I show you some TikTok videos that are freaking people out. Number 6. The security room incident. Starting out our list, we have a guy who took a video while at work, which is not something we recommend, and something unique happens. You see, he works at a place where there is a lot of security, and all at once, a lot of the security sensors go off, and the lights in the room begin to flicker. Now, on a regular day, this would be weird because nothing should cause all of these things to happen. But then, as the guy tries to figure out what's going on, a door randomly slams and sends him into a freaked state. Obviously, this doesn't mean that this place was haunted, and it's very likely that he and his friends were setting something up for fun to get views. After all, if you were a part of the paranormal event, why would you put it on TikTok and not things like Twitter, Instagram, etc.? Plus, being that he works at the place, it'd be easy for him to figure out how to make everything seem like it's going crazy. I'm just saying. Number 5. What's up, dog? There are some things about life that we honestly don't understand and aren't likely to understand. And one of those things is how dogs are able to sense things that we honestly can't. Dogs have heightened ears, eyes, and noses, but sometimes their abilities rivals that of precognition, including being able to sense when an owner is coming home, even though there's no way to track that. In the case of this TikTok video, we see an interesting thing where a dog is relaxing on his owner's bed, and then suddenly he gets up and starts looking at the nearby hallway. Something clearly got its attention, but that's all, right? Except the dog starts to growl and even gets off the bed to try and figure out what's going on. The way this video is shot, you can see some of the hallway, and it's clear that nothing is there. What is the dog reacting to? 2 things are clear here. 1, something has got the dog spooked, or at the very least, nervous. But as for what it is, that's hard to say. However, given that the owner caught all of this on video to put on TikTok, and the fact that he's letting the dog do all the research, seems to indicate to us that this is a joke on the dog, likely using a sound device that can only be heard by dogs. Yes, those exist to freak the canine out. If that is the case, that's a mean trick. Number 4, that's a lot of spiders. Full disclosure here, spiders freak me right the heck out. No, seriously, I don't like anything about them. So when it comes to this TikTok video of a girl catching a rather big spider and then looking closely at it to reveal that the spider has a ton of baby spiders all over it is, well, it's horrifying. At first, you can't help but think that these little spiders are trying to do something bad to the big spider. But in fact, this is just something that happens in nature. The big spider in question is clearly a mother spider and is letting her many children crawl all over her in order to get them to a place where they can truly be at peace and relax. Still, even with that fascinating bit of nature logic, it's still horrifying to think that someday you could walk into your house and a spider this massive isn't just going to be there, but it's not going to be there alone. Number 3, snowball fight of doom. Okay, this one I totally think is fake, and for all the reasons you would expect. But just for kicks, let's talk about how all of this was set up. First and foremost, this starts out very simply, as 2 friends are having a snowball fight, and because of their actions, they eventually go into the woods and stumble upon a baby crib that really sticks out. As they go and investigate, one of the friends decides to make a TikTok video because of course he thought that would be smart. Anyway, he's making the video itself. He finds that there is someone out in the distance and freaks out. Then when he gets his composure back, that someone is right next to him and appears to attack the guy. Or at least that's what they'd want us to think. Because obviously if there was an attack, how in the world did the TikTok video get posted? I'll admit that they did a good job with the editing and everything to make it feel like a horror movie, but anyone with a logical mind will see that this was just acted out and that everyone is honestly fine. Still, props for story and placement. Number 2, haunted kitchen. Moving on to another video, let's look at this guy who appears to have a spirit haunting his kitchen. And we say this because over the course of this video, you'll see multiple objects moving, despite there not being anything attached to them. First is a giant metal spoon that is on the oven. Then a wooden spoon starts to move as well, despite being many feet from the previous spoon. The man claims that he has a poltergeist in his kitchen, and many are wondering how this could be done if there weren't any strings attached. Well, I can answer that. There probably were strings attached. Part of the magic of the movies is that you can honestly make strings disappear with the right lighting and angle. It just takes a little bit of practice. Plus, if the guy did have a spirit in this kitchen, why did it only move those two things? There you go. Number 1, you can't mask that. Okay, here's another one that is clearly a prank and one that is done for views, but the setup is done well enough, so we'll give it props. This guy claims to have come home and found his door ajar. Instead of, calling the police, he decides to go in and investigate himself, which, as we all know, is how every horror movie starts. Anyway, he goes into the house and he claims that there are various disturbances going on, and so we follow him as we try and figure out what's going on. Eventually, he gets guided to a closet, and when he looks around in this closet, he sees a monster and the video cuts out. Or at least that's what he'd like us to think, because all it takes is one still shot and you can see that this is just a monster mask that is propped up to be captured in the shot. Still, the video got a lot of views and comments, so good for him. And there you have it, everyone, some videos on TikTok that are freaking people out, and some explanations as to what is likely going on. What did you think of these videos? Do you think they can't be explained? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.